Oh, we live. Check, check, check. Oh, we live. Check, check. 1, 2. Oh, we live, bro. I said, oh, we live. Let's get the Under Siege started. Oh, we live. So, oh, we live. Survivor Series is the game. Oh, we live. War games. All games. Let's get this live prediction started, bro. Oh, that, bro. Oh, we live. 1, 2. Oh, we live. Check 1, 2. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Happy weekend, everybody. And dare I say, a WWE weekend also. And welcome to another live prediction with your boy Lennox. And if you're tuning to this live prediction right now, make sure you hit that like button, leave your comments, send in the live chats, and tell me what's your prediction for tonight's NXT takeover in War Games in Houston, Texas. Also tomorrow night's Survivor Series. So it's been a great week for WWE, and which is why I'm so happy. Plus, I'm happy that NXT has decided to bring back the classic War Games from the WCW wrestling show. So before we get to this prediction, I got some breaking news that I want to give y'all a heads up. So about the 30th of October, not one but three WWE superstars has been released from the company, thus being Darren Young, Summer Rae, and Emma. The last time we saw Emma was she had a final match against Asuka on October. Oh, wait, let me see. Let me see. Sorry about that. It was about, I say, October the 22nd. Yeah. October the 22nd was Emma's last match at WWE Tables, Ladders, and Chairs against the debut of Asuka, making a pay-per-view debut. So I don't know about Summer Rae and Darren Young, but they were great athletes due to the fact they haven't been seen on television. But we wish them good luck in their future endeavors. Plus, earlier this week, about Wednesday on my Twitter, James Ellsworth was released from his contract, which was good news to me because, to be honest, I never liked James Ellsworth. So, because due to the fact that Carmella, he's been pushed around by Carmella and stuff, though. But I just hope we see him in the Well, I don't care about James Ellsworth, but enough about him, though. Let me talk about Series in NXT, but let me start off with the War Games. All right. My predictions of what's gonna happen with the NXT Takeover War Games originally was NXT Houston, but now due to this huge beef between the Undisputed Era, which features Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish of Red Dragon. So, which I'm looking for. So, well, I already predict that. So, my predictions, who's gonna win? I don't know who's gonna win. Whether it's Sanity, the current NXT Tag Team Champions, versus the Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong, which many rumors speculate about him a lot, joining his former Ring of Honor colleagues, Cole, Fisher, and O'Reilly, join the Undisputed Era. But however, due to that, Roderick Strong faked joining the Undisputed Era and then attacked them. And then the Authors of Pain joined Roderick Strong in attacking the Undisputed Era and Sanity. So William Regal came out and announced that in order to restore this order, 3 teams would face off in the only match that could contain them, a WARGames match, which is the first match since the September 4th, 2000 episode of WCW Monday Nitro, which I'm going to rewatch after this. At TakeOver WarGames, which has been changed. So on November 8th episode, Strong defeated Cole in a one-on-one match via disqualification after Fisher O'Reilly pulled him out of the ring. After the match, a brawl ensued all 3 teams. So, Cassius Ohno versus Lars Sullivan. Whoa. I'm going to have to go with Cassius Ohno to defeat Lars Sullivan. And for Aleister Black versus Velveteen Dream, a.k.a. Patrick Clark. How this rivalry happened? It was September 6th episode of NXT. Aleister Black began a promo on his career about going after the NXT champion so far, but it was interrupted by the Velveteen Dream Patrick Clark, who called Black afraid. Black then kicked the microphone out of Dream's hand. On the October 4th episode, Black was scheduled to compete against the debuting Leo Rush, but was later attacked by Dream, who said he would make Black say his name. Dream then defeated Leo the following week, celebrating with Black's signature pose. The following week, Black's match with Raul Mendoza Dream came to ringside and wore Black's jacket, eliciting a stare from Black. On the October 25th episode, before Black's scheduled match, Dream attacked him. Then Black ran him off and stared him down. The following episode, a video was played showing Black challenging Dream to a match at TakeOver, stating he had his intention, and in which it was made official. The next week, on November 8th episode, Dream defeated Cesar Bonani, was accepted Black's challenge to a match at WarGames, promising that Black's lips would say his name. Ugh, I find that gay. So Aleister Black, I hope Aleister Black kicked the crap out of Velveteen Dream. Like, hold on. Wait a minute. Can you excuse me for a second? Hold on. Hello? What's up? Yes, sir. Yes. All right, cool. Thanks. All right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. That was my dad calling me about something. But anyways, by the way, Aleister Black is gonna kick Velveteen Dream or Patrick Clark, whatever Patrick Clark calls himself. I don't care. But so now we got that part out of the way. I'm gonna go to the NXT World Heavyweight Championship, which will probably be the main event of NXT TakeOver WarGames. I don't know, but at TakeOver, Drew McIntyre defeated Bobby Roode to win the NXT Championship at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. Roode was then promoted to the main roster on the SmackDown Live brand. So on October 4th, McIntyre successfully defended his title against Roderick Strong. 2 weeks later, Andrade Almas manager Zelina Vega, aka Thea Trinidad, interrupted McIntyre's interview, stating that Almas and McIntyre were the same, accusing him of avoiding Almas and expressing Almas' interest in challenging him for the title. So, on the October 25th episode of NXT, Vega said that they've been waiting for a contract for an NXT championship match with McIntyre, saying that McIntyre Strong will weaken compared to Almas. Almas then defeated Strong after Vega physically interfered in their match. Afterwards, Vega challenged McIntyre to meet Almas in the ring next week. After the show went off the air, General Manager William Regal, in a video posted to Twitter, announced that McIntyre vs. Almas for the title has been made official, and their confrontation next week will be a contract signing. So on the beginning of November, November 1st episode of NXT, McIntyre signed a contract to defend his title at WARGames and brought it out to the ring, where Almas attacked McIntyre and signed the contract as well. McIntyre called Almas out on the November 14th episode, stating that Almas was taking orders from Vega and wondered if she would ever let him off his leash. Vega and Almas then came out and attacked McIntyre, standing tall with the title. So I'm gonna predict. So Drew McIntyre will retain his title against Andre Almas. And as for the fatal four-way match for the vacant NXT Women's Champion, which was relinquished by the former longest-reigning NXT Women's Champion Asuka due to going to the main roster, now it's going to feature the Peyton Royce, Sanity's Nikki Cross, Ember Moon, and the winner of the Mae Young Classic, Kairi Sane. So I haven't really been following Kairi Sane on her wrestling career, so I'm probably gonna vote either her or Ember Moon or maybe Peyton Royce though, but my money's on Peyton Royce to win. I don't know, but if you feel like Peyton Royce don't deserve to be NXT Women's Champion, that's okay. Tell me your live predictions in the comment section, or you can tell me in the live chat box, okay? So let me tell you how this all started. On September 6th episode of NXT, Asuka relinquished the NXT Women's Championship due to legitimate injury she sustained at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. She was subsequently moved up to the main roster on the Raw brand. On September 12th, Kairi Sane won the Mae Young Classic and earned herself a shot at the vacant NXT Women's Championship at NXT TakeOver WarGames. So on the 27th of September episode of NXT, William Regal made the match at WarGames a fatal four-way for the vacant NXT Women's Championship, with qualifying matches held over the following weeks to determine the other three participants. So Peyton Royce defeated Nikki Cross, Sandy, and Liv Morgan to qualify the match for pinning Cross after she was distracted by Tayanara Conte, who escorted by the Undisputed Era. The following week, Ember Moon qualified by defeating Ruby Riott, Sonya Deville. On the next, Nikki Cross last eliminated Billie Kay, Mercedes Martinez, and other competitors in a battle royal to qualify for the last spot in the Fatal 4-Way. Cross later defeated Tayanara in a singles match on November 1st episode. The following week, Sane defeated Kay in singles competition. The next week after, Moon defeated Mercedes Martinez. The other three competitors came to the ring at ringside and stared each other down. So I'm going to think Peyton Royce might win. Who knows, how it will affect her friendship with Billie Kay. So, and as for the pre-show, Pete Dunne, it was announced that the WWE United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne will face Johnny Gargano. It will probably show that tape while they're doing the War Games on an episode of NXT. Who knows? So Aleister Black will beat Valentine Dream. Cassizono beat Lars Sullivan. Drew McIntyre will retain the NXT champion against Andrade Alma, Selena Vega, and either Peyton Royce or Kairi Sane will win the NXT Women's title. And I'm going for either the Authors of Pain or the Undisputed Era to win the WARGames match. That's it for the NXT takeover WARGames prediction. So now I'm gonna do the Survivor Series, and I'm really looking forward to some matches of the Survivor Series though, and how and here's the topic of the week for that event. Hashtag under siege. That's right. Under siege is the topic for the Survivor Series between Raw versus SmackDown, which happens only one time a year during November. So let me, instead of just breaking it to you down one by one, let me just break it down to you how it happens. So look, we're gonna start off with the Raw's Universal Champion Brock Lesnar against my boy, the champ that runs the camp and the face that runs the place of SmackDown Live, the WWE World Heavyweight Champion AJ Styles. At Raw's pay-per-view No Mercy, Brock Lesnar defeated Braun Strowman to retain the Universal Champion, while at SmackDown's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, Jinder Mahal retained the WWE Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura. So on October 17th episode of SmackDown, after returning from a trip to India, Mahal said that Young Boy had questioned what was next for Jinder Mahal. So Mahal said that he had defeated every worthy opponent on the SmackDown roster, and that at Survivor Series, he wanted to face Raw's top champion, the Beast Brock Lesnar. However, Mahal was interrupted by the phenomenal AJ Styles after losing the United States title to Baron Corbin, who took exception to Mahal's claim and challenged Mahal for the WWE Championship. Mahal said that Styles was a joke, and Styles retaliated by attacking Mahal and fighting off the Singh brothers, Samir and Sunil Singh. So, backstage, Mahal confronted SmackDown General Manager Daniel Bryan about the incident, said that one of the Singh brothers should make Styles pay, and Bryan agreed. Styles defeated both Sunil and Sunil respectively on the following two episodes of SmackDown. And then Lesnar and his advocate Paul Heyman appeared on the October 23rd episode of Raw to address Mahal's challenge, where both laughed at. Heyman stated that Mahal was not Lesnar's counterpart, nor worthy of being the WWE Heavyweight Champion. However, they accepted the challenge. The next couple weeks of SmackDown, Mahal responded to Lesnar saying that he had overcome much adversity and he would defeat Lesnar at Survivor Series. However, due to Mahal's vicious attack on Styles, who was originally going to face Rusev for a final spot on Team SmackDown, Shane McMahon announced that at Manchester, England, Styles will face Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship on the November 7th episode of SmackDown when WWE took place in the UK. And also, spoiler alert, Styles had defeated Jinder Mahal, making him the new WWE Champion, thus facing Lesnar at Survivor Series. Lesnar and Heyman appeared on the last Raw before Survivor Series the following week to address Lesnar's new opponent, saying that Styles was the ultimate underdog, saying that Paul Heyman should give you 5 reasons why you should see Lesnar versus Styles at Survivor Series. But that Lesnar was the #1 champion in WWE history. If Lesnar's the #1 champion in history, how many times he's got to take a night off and not show up for a pay-per-view to defend his title? That's the worst thing about part-timers. So the folks on the last SmackDown before Survivor Series, Styles and Daniel Bryan mocked Lesnar and Heyman, which was the funniest promo I gotta react to after I do this video. And Heyman with Bryan acting as Styles' advocate, and Bryan said that Lesnar always mentally quit whenever he goes into deep water, and Styles would drown Lesnar, not to mention conquer and give him a little own taste of Suplex City tomorrow night at Survivor Series. So, before I do this little prediction, let me address the entire Raw versus SmackDown match. So, the night after tables, ladders, and the night after tables, ladders, and chairs, Raw. So, let me announce how this happened. So it was October 23rd, Monday Night Raw, the night after tables, ladders, and chairs. Kurt Angle had announced a new match at Survivor Series involving the champions from Raw and the champions from SmackDown. So, Intercontinental Champion The Miz kept his spot in the Survivor Series match by retaining against his title against Matt Hardy. On the 30th episode of Raw, Baron Corbin, which also marks the return of Braun Strowman, Nia Jax, and Samoa Joe. Baron Corbin also kept his spot by retaining the United States title against Sin Cara on the November 14th episode of SmackDown, the last SmackDown before Survivor Series. Also on October 30th, Alexa Bliss retained the Raw Women's title against Mickie James, keeping her in the Survivor Series match against the SmackDown Women's Champion. Her opponent was originally Natalya, but was changed due to Charlotte, who defeated Natalya for the title on the November 14th episode of SmackDown, thus taking her out of the SmackDown Women's Survivor Series tag team match. And here's another breaking news. There were rumors was sprouting backstage that Paige was supposed to be returning to fill in Charlotte's spot on the Survivor Series women's team. But however, just now on Twitter, which is no surprise that due to Charlotte will be facing Alexa Bliss in a Raw Women's Champion versus SmackDown Women's Champion, there won't be any Paige won't be returning to the Survivor Series women's team. It's been rumored that Paige will be returning after Survivor Series, whether it's Raw or SmackDown. I don't know. So this is no shock to me and the rest of the WWE universe that Natalya and I cannot believe they just added Natalya to the SmackDown Live women's team, joining Becky Lynch, Naomi Tamina, and the SmackDown's Miss Money in the Bank, Carmella. Wow. See this? That's the picture right there, stating that Natalya. See this? I don't believe this. Really? Why can't they add Paige, WWE? Why? I mean, Natalya, why can't you just leave it blank in order to keep the ratings up for the Survivor Series just to hype up Paige return? But that's not going to happen. So, it's now official. Natalya's a part of the SmackDown Live women's team featuring Naomi, Becky Lynch, Carmella, Tamina against the team of Sasha Banks, Bayley, Nia Jax, Asuka, and Raw's team captain, Alicia Fox. And not only that match is going to be announced, not only the Intercontinental Champion for the United States Champion, and due to that, Baron Corbin and Miz have been trading insults with each other on Twitter week by week when Baron Corbin insulted Miz's pregnant wife, Maurice, and Miz retaliated. Baron Corbin said that he ever insulted Maurice's wife and his unborn baby, Miz will knock him out at Survivor Series. And also, Cesaro and Sheamus defeated the Raw Tag Team Champions, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, to become the Raw Tag Team Champions, thus making them champions for the Survivor Series match against the Usos. Despite losing by countout, retained their SmackDown Tag Team titles against Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin on November 7th of episode of SmackDown. So let me tell you how it started on the October 23rd episode of Raw. Kurt Angle was announcing the matches for Survivor Series. Miz, Cesaro, and Sheamus came out and interrupt, and Kurt Angle was joined by The Shield, Ambrose, and Rollins. So Kurt Angle decided to make a six-man tag team match. Miz, Cesaro, and Sheamus versus Ambrose, Rollins, and AJ Styles, who lose to Finn Balor at tables, ladders, and chairs, thus teaming with two members of the Shield, which they won. Then Kane came out in the ring and attacked the Shield and AJ Styles respectively. So Kurt Angle was seen reunited backstage with Shane McMahon and talk about how the matches of Survivor Series is going to be great between Raw and SmackDown, stating that SmackDown was the B show. Raw was always had the greater matches. A fire on the SmackDown brand. And after Kurt Angle announced the match call for the Survivor Series, with the exceptions of Raw WWE Cruiserweight Champion, as it does not have a SmackDown counterpart, every champion on Raw was scheduled to face their counterpart of the SmackDown brand in the non-title matches. The Universal Champion gets WWE Champion, Lesnar versus Styles, Intercontinental Champion, The Miz against Raw's United States Champion, Baron Corbin, Raw's Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss, against SmackDown Women's Champion, now Charlotte, Raw's Tag Team Champions against SmackDown Champions. Angle also announced that there will be two traditional Survivor Series elimination matches, one male match and one female matching, putting 5 of Raw's males and female wrestlers against 5 of SmackDown's male and female wrestlers, respectively. And due to that, and as Raw GM Kurt Angle was about to announce the members of Team Raw's men's team, Shane McMahon, SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon, with several male and SmackDown wrestlers, which composed of Natalya, Carmella, Becky Lynch, Tamina, Bobby Roode, Ty Dillinger, AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler, the Hype Bros, The New Day, Baron Corbin, and Rusev came through the crowd. And once Shane and Kurt Angle got face to face, Shane looked at Kurt Angle and said, "Under siege," which has been the hashtag all week long. And once Kurt Angle ran backstage, Shane McMahon ordered the blue team to go get him, which was lit. So they proceeded to the backstage area and laid out all the men and women of Raw locker room. So the following night on SmackDown GM Daniel Bryan was surprised that Angle and all members of Raw brand did not invade SmackDown, but warned Shane that they would eventually show up for retribution. And during that same episode, Team SmackDown's men got his first member when Randy Orton qualified by defeating Sami Zayn in the main event. Then the next Then on October 31st, the Halloween episode of SmackDown, Shane announced himself as the team captain. Raw explained their invasion of Raw, stating that SmackDown has always been overlooked as the inferior brand because SmackDown debuted in the late 90s. Raw, on the other hand, was debuted in 1993. He had also said that Raw would pay for injured Daniel Bryan due to Kane attacking him in Kurt Angle's office the previous night on Raw. Later that episode, SmackDown, Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura qualified by defeating Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens respectively. The last spot for Team SmackDown was originally going to be determined the following week, a match between AJ and Rusev, but that match was canceled due to Styles facing Jinder Mahal for the title, which he won. So Rusev instead faced Orton to qualify, but failed to defeat him. So the following day on Twitter, which I bugged out, that Shane announced a free agent John Cena as the final member of Team SmackDown. And due to the Under Siege on Raw by SmackDown Live, Kurt Angle opened the show by apologizing to the entire Raw superstar, hence Stephanie McMahon making her return due to a last appearance as Raw Commissioner was at WrestleMania 33 when she got put through a table by Triple H due to Rollins giving him a super kick. And confronted Angle, and once she confronted Angle, she said that SmackDown Invasion was an embarrassment to Angle and the entire Raw locker room, thus chewing Angle off for no apparent reason and lighting a fire through the entire Raw roster. She then gave Angle the opportunity to redeem himself by naming Angle the captain of Team Raw's men's team. However, she said that if Team Raw were to lose at Survivor Series, Angle would be fired as the Raw general manager. Afterwards on Twitter, Angle, after the Raw's Women's Champion main event match and Braun Strowman returned to take out the entire Miz Taraj, Kurt Angle picked Braun Strowman for the first pick of Team Raw. And then also during the October 30th episode of Raw, Bayley lost to a match against Nia Jax. So Raw's team captain Alexa Bliss picked Nia Jax as the first member, and after that, Samoa Joe came back and then beat the crap out of Apollo Crews. So the following week after the match ended in a double countout between the returning Samoa Joe, who was supposed to face Titus O'Neil, but instead got Finn Balor instead, and due to them both were counted out, Kurt Angle named both Balor and Samoa Joe as members to Team Raw by Angle. Balor then dived off the stage onto Joe, and later that episode, Angle named Jason Jordan as the final member of Team Raw, which kind of pretty upset some of the WWE fans. And then the very next week, however, Stephanie McMahon disagreed with Kurt Angle's final pick and said that she wanted to decimate a SmackDown, claiming she wanted Shane McMahon's head on a silver platter. And also, due to the Shield members, Ambrose and Rollins losing to tag titles to Cesaro and Sheamus due to a distraction by the New Day by planning an Under Siege Part 2, Kurt Angle got the entire Raw roster backstage to chase the New Day out of the building, which causes Ambrose and Rollins to lose the Raw Tag Team titles to Sheamus and Cesaro the Bar. And however, last Monday, another Survivor Series match was added to the card. The Shield challenged the New Day, thus the return of Roman Reigns challenged the New Day to a match. And also during that night, Jason Jordan was injured by Bray Wyatt and rendered unable to compete by Angle. So Jordan begged Angle not to remove him from the Survivor Series match. Angle could not bring himself to do it, after which Chief Operating Officer Triple H returned his first appearance on Raw since WrestleMania 33, announced himself as Jordan's replacement, and then gave Jordan a pedigree. And on the Raw's women's team, Alicia Fox beat Bayley and Sasha Banks to determine the team captain for Team Raw Women's, which was on the October 23rd of Raw. So the following week, Fox was originally scheduled to face Bayley, but as Team Raw's captain, she instead picked Nia Jax to face Bayley, which Jax won. After the match, Fox chose Jax as her first pick for Team Raw. Then she added Asuka to the team after the later defeated a local competitor, Stacey Cortez. Later, she added Banks to the team after Banks and Bayley defeated Fox and Jax in a tag team match. And on the last Raw before Survivor Series, Bayley won the final spot on Team Raw by defeating Dana Brooke and Mickie James in a triple threat match on November 13th episode of Raw. And while on SmackDown, October 24th episode of SmackDown, Becky Lynch, Miss Money in the Bank Carmella, Charlotte Flair, Naomi, and Tamina were announced as the 5 members of Team SmackDown Live Women's Team. Lynch was named captain by defeating the other 4 in a fatal 5-way match. The following week, Lynch said that the Team SmackDown needs to be ready if Raw were to invade. Then SmackDown Women's Champion Natalya interrupted in the backstage segment and said it was unfortunate that she was not captain, but would defeat Raw's Women's Champion Alexa Bliss. She said that Lynch needed to find the weak link was on their team. Flair was then removed due to winning the SmackDown Live Women's title and was replaced by Natalya, but instead I was hoping for Paige to come back, which was rude, totally rude. So, and as for the Shield versus the New Day, how this started, Ambrose and Rollins, then Raw Tag Team Champions defeated Cesaro, Sheamus while Raw was in Manchester. SmackDown's New Day, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E appear in the crowd and make Raw believe that SmackDown were invading them again. General Manager Kurt Angle signaled for the Raw locker room to go after the New Day. During the distraction, Sheamus pinned Rollins to win the Raw Tag Team titles for him and Cesaro. Roman Reigns, who had been out with an illness, returned the following week, and the Shield challenged the New Day to a 6-man tag team match at Survivor Series, which was made official. The following night on SmackDown, while the New Day was facing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the Shield invaded SmackDown as a little payback for causing Ambrose and Rollins the Raw Tag Team titles. And while Owens and Zayn aligned with the New Day to attack the Shield, however, Owens and Sami Zayn bailed while the Shield attacked the New Day, and then came the Usos joining them, and they were now hot dogging on the Shield, and then came in Cesaro and Sheamus joining the party, and SmackDown thought that Raw was not going to invade. Well, they did. And backstage, Alicia Fox led Raw Women's Champion Alicia Fox and the other Women's Survivor Series teammates from Raw went into the SmackDown Women's locker room and attacked Charlotte, Naomi, Lana, and the rest, Becky Lynch and Carmella, in the SmackDown Women's locker room. And then while that happened, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, Apollo Crews, and Titus O'Neil, all from Raw, came in and joined in the invasion. And then Shane McMahon led the entire SmackDown locker room against Raw. And then for the heavy artillery, Kurt Angle brought Braun Strowman and not only decimated some of the SmackDown wrestlers, but including Shane McMahon also. So after everyone was taken out, Shane McMahon was attacked and suffering an angle slam and not one but two triple power bombs by the Shield. So let's go over the SmackDown predictions so far. And as for the Cruiserweight Champion, which will be the pre-show of the match, at Raw's Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, Enzo Amore defeated Kalisto to recapture the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. Kalisto invoked his championship rematch on Raw. Oh, sorry, I lost track. But Enzo Amore defeated Kalisto with the rake and knife to recapture the WWE Cruiserweight Champion. Kalisto invoked his rematch on the following episode 205 Live, but Amore retained after he was disqualified by attacking the referee. Kalisto then attacked Amore out of anger. So the following week of Raw, Kalisto defeated Drew Gulak, who had Amore in his corner. After the match, Amore attacked Kalisto with the Jordan Zoe. Another rematch between the two was set for the Cruiserweight Championship and was scheduled at the pre-show. So Kalisto, I want him to become Cruiserweight Championship. AJ Styles, like I said, will beat Brock Lesnar. Now for the Raw Tag Team versus SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, I'm going with the Usos to beat Cesaro and Sheamus. The Shield will beat The New Day. Those are my predictions. And if Paige was revealed as the fight, instead of having Natalya on the SmackDown Live Raw Women's team, they should have picked Paige. So if they would have picked Paige instead of Natalya, I would root for Team SmackDown Women's team. But I'm gonna go with the Raw Women's team since WWE's not gonna have Paige returning, so I'm gonna have Team Raw win. And I don't know, but I'm gonna go with The Miz to defeat Baron Corbin. No, scratch that. Baron Corbin's gonna beat The Miz anyway. And for the main event, this 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series elimination match, Team SmackDown, which features SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon, the Viper Randy Orton, the Glorious Bobby Roode, the Artist, the King of Strong Style Shinsuke Nakamura, and free agent John Cena. Nope, I'm not going to pick Team SmackDown. I'm going to have Raw. Team Raw is going to win because Kurt Angle's team got stacked. You got Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe the Destroyer, and the Game Triple H. Plus, I have a feeling that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn might help Team Raw win, though. Those are my prediction because since neither both of them has participated for are not part of the Survivor Series matches, I have a feeling that tomorrow night on Survivor Series, they're going to help Team Raw win. Because I don't want to see because it's not going to be fair if Kurt Angle loses his job as the general manager of Raw. No way. So I'm going to go with Team Raw. And that is it for the my live prediction, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions or other prediction based on Survivor Series or NXT TakeOver in Houston, please send your comments below. But if you like this video, hit the like button. Until then, this is your boy Lennox Coleman signing off. Thank you so much, and you have WWE weekend. Peace.